The White Death will find you. Muerto Blanco. Alone I sit, staring at my computer screen, terrified of what's to come. Any breath could be my last. My best friend crying in the bathroom, and he's the only reason I'm in this deadly situation. I know this seems crazy, but please, give me time to explain. You see, earlier today, he burst into my front door, slamming it behind him, blocking it with my bookshelf afterwards. There was fear in his eyes. His breathing was heavy. I asked him what was wrong, and he told me this story. He had been living with his aunt over the past year since his parents were living in Mexico, helping build a hospital in a small town. They told him about a homeless man who stumbled onto the hospital steps, screaming in terror. They calmed him down and laid him in a bed. He was barely able to tell them about how his sister had been taken by something called Muerto Blanco, or in English, the White Death. He continuously began muttering, "She's coming for me. I'm next. She's coming for me. I'm next. She's coming for me. I'm next." They tried to sober him up by giving him some water. And then they started asking him what exactly was this White Death. It was supposedly the ghost of a young girl who died at her own hand due to feeling completely and utterly alone and unloved. She hated her life so much that she wanted to erase every single piece of the life she had. The feelings were so deep that her vengeful spirit would come to take the lives of those who knew about her as well. She felt this so much that her vengeful spirit would even come to take the lives of those who heard about her and her story. "She's a girl, but not a girl," he said. "She's not dead, but not really alive. She has cold, black eyes that weep blood. She walks without ever actually seeming to move an inch. She stalks her victims like a wild animal, pursuing her victims over rivers and valleys, trailing them back to their homes. And you're never really aware that she's following you until you hear that telltale knock upon your door. She knocks once for your skin, which she'll use to patch her own decaying flesh. Twice for your hair, which she'll gnash between her teeth. 3 times for your bones, which she'll fashion into clubs. 4 times for your heart, which she'll tear out of your chest. 5 times for your teeth, which she'll polish and keep in a box. 6 times for your eyes, which she'll pluck out one by one. And 7 times for your soul, which she'll swallow whole. No matter where you go, the White Death will follow. The White Death will track you down, and you will hear her terrible knocking begin on the door. You can try to outrun her, but she's faster than any mortal man. And if you flee from your home while she's knocking at your door, she will follow you wherever you go. The frightened man knew she had killed his sister. He begged the police for help, but was only laughed at. This was only a story, of course. He begged his priest for help, but the cowards saw El Muerto Blanco following him and didn't want to get involved. The man cried and told them that the White Death will follow you until you tell someone else about her. He'll follow you forever until you do, and then he'll take your life, and not long after, the person you told as well. He then jet out into the darkness, never to be seen again. My friend's mother then told his aunt, asking her if she'd ever heard this urban legend. She had not. Later that night, his mother was woken up by a call from the Mexican police. My friend's parents had been found outside the hospital, dead, torn to shreds. She then told my friend, who just couldn't understand what had happened. This couldn't be real. His aunt went on to tell him the whole story. He still refused to believe, until finally he got home, finding the front door wide open. A trail of blood leading him to the kitchen, where he'd find her as well, torn limb from limb. He ran as fast as he could across town, not looking back once until he arrived here, at my home. And here we are. The knocking has been faint as we're hiding upstairs. It's been going on for at least an hour. I wish he'd never come here. I wish he'd never told me about La Muerto Blanco, the White Death. And I'm sorry for telling you about her as well, because now that you know about her and her story, you'll be next. Oh God, she's here. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Seriously Creepy. What would you do if you were in this scenario? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want more videos like this, let us know. As always, I'm your host, Morty Mouse. I'll see you later, or I'll see you on the other side.